Hello and welcome to Dave's Corner. Today we're going to talk about Henry Ford. I could tell you that Henry Ford was born near Dearborn, Michigan on July 30th, 1863. I could also tell you that he died April 7th, 1947, 2 years after he retired. But I won't. Ford is most noted for instating mass production into American factory society. Although Ford did not originate this practice, he was the person who made work like no other man in history. Mass production works like this. Check and mate. Ford's idea of mass production can be found in these little jobbies. Now what Ford did is he had his little workers. Now these are his little workers right here. And what he would do is he'd have this little guy go out and cut down some tropical rainforest for some wood. Maybe not tropical rainforest because he was making cars. Cars aren't wood. So what he'd do is he'd find the wood and go get it. The second guy will come and trim it down and shape it into this beautiful piece of work. The third guy would come and put this nice piece of lacquer on it, make it a nice shiny piece of work. A fourth guy would then put this little fuzzy stuff on the bottom and so it doesn't scratch up the board. Then, oh, I forgot the fifth guy. He would go and package it up so that it could be sent off to the consumers, myself. This is Ford's idea of mass production. Now, as you just saw, the whole process would make producing things, such as cars, much, much easier. And it did. Ford was an intelligent man. Rather than his workers bored to death from the tedious job and repetitive nature of their jobs, he gave them an incentive to stay and work for them well. He paid his workers $5 a day rather than $2.50 a day, which was the industry standard at the time. This increased worker productivity and more than doubled profits for his company from 1914 to 1915. Ford was more than just an automobile man. He was also a man of peace. As a matter of fact, he and peace-minded people like him tried to persuade the belligerent governments of the world to end World War I. Unfortunately, they did not meet success. Ford's health caused him to retire in 1945. 2 years later, he passed away, leaving $600 million to a non-profit organization known as the Ford Foundation.
A promotional fee has been paid by the Gourmet Gallery, a place for chocolate-covered Somalians. Thank you.
Dave! Of Dave's Corner. How's it going?
It sucks, man. I just got done taping one of those stupid Dave's Corner things again.
Oh, gosh. So long. How many more years on the contract?
3 years, man. And all I wanted was a stupid pizza.
I've just been for you. Libby's Diced Pears.
Libby's Diced Pears? They're the bell!
Excuse me, Dave, but did you just say Bell? As in an Alexander Graham Bell?
Yes, I did.
Well, it's funny you should mention that because I was just reading up on that fine. Not only invent the telephone, he also invented the audiometer, which is used to test humans' hearing.
What?
See, that's what we would use, the audiometer. He also invented a machine called the induction balance that could be used to detect metal objects in the human body. Like, let's say you swallowed a pair of scissors.
Ouch.
You could use the induction balance to find those scissors. And you could wash those scissors down with Sunny D.
Sunny D? It's the best!
Bell was also the co-founder of the National Geographic Society, and he was president of it from 1896 to 1904. And it's a little known fact that their means they ate a lot of carrots.
Kirby Farms Classic Field Baby Carrots! They're the best!
Oddly enough, After about 1895, Bell concentrated most of his efforts into aeronautics. He invented a kite capable of carrying a human being. Since the tender age of 18, Bell had been working on the theory of transmitting speech. In 1847, while working on the multiple telegraph, he invented the basic theories of the telephone. His experience finally paid off with the first complete sentence transmitted by telephone. Watson, come here. I need you. I will stay out of his personal life, though.
We won't go there.
We won't go there. Bell introduced the telephone to the world in 1877 and formed the Bell Telephone Company. In 1880, Bell won the Volta Prize worth $50,000. Bell was a smart guy whose inventions were not very noticed, except, of course, his telephone, which has made today's business and social world very profitable.
Very profitable. So, promotional consideration funded by Libby's Light Diced Pears and Old Home Fresh Sour Cream. That's Old Home Fresh Sour Cream. Old Home Fresh Sour Cream. Speaking of home, let's get out of here.
It's about time to go home.
Take a look around. What do you see? Why, you see televisions, VCRs, Nintendos, all sorts of things. Look around, you'll see CDs, records, tapes, all kinds of things. Well, little did you know that virtually everything I just listed was a result of Thomas Edison in one way or another. Now, Thomas Edison was born in Milan, Ohio, February 11th, 1847, and unfortunately he died October 18th, 1931. But in those years he was alive, he created many, many things, such as in 1887, when he was only 30 years old, he created the record. Now the record, such as this Top Gun soundtrack, looks like this. And what the record is, it has little grooves in it. And Edison figured out through these grooves, if you would amplify it, there's sound hidden inside of it. Well, that was in 1877, and then in 1882, in New York City, he built the world's first power station. Now this power station, of course, isn't built to today's standards, but it was a beginning, and a very good beginning, for it could power these turntables in anyone's home. Then he went on and invented something that you and I use, practically abuse. In 1888, he invented the kinetoscope, which is what we know as the movie recorder, and which is how I'm being able to transmit to you and how you can see the news, your movies, or even Top Gun. Now, Edison didn't stop there. Of course, he invented the light bulb, but hey, big deal. Everyone knows that. But what people don't know are a lot of these other inventions he had. Like in 1913, he made the world's very first motion picture. How did he do that? By using the kinetoscope, he filmed. And the kinetoscope is nothing more than taking pictures in rapid succession, of course without sound. And then, he synchronized the actors' voices on record. So when you think about it, the movie Top Gun never could have existed without Thomas Edison. You know, during Thomas Edison's lifetime, he had over 1,000 different things patented, which is quite a lot. Edison contributed so much to everyday life. I mean, like I said, just take a look around. Your television. Your television, of course, wouldn't have been invented if there were no movies, if there was no movie camera, the kinetoscope, to watch them on. I mean, continue. Compact discs. If there was no original medium to listen to things on, why would they need an advanced one? VCRs, to tape things off the television from the kinetoscope. This report, a home video camera, which of course leads back to the kinetoscope. Everything, almost everything you use every day, in one way or another, does go back to Thomas Edison. From the morning when you turn on your lights, to going to school, watching announcements, listening to the radio on your car ride home, to turning off those lights before you go to bed, you must touch hundreds of things that have been related to Thomas Edison. So next time, don't abuse.